It has to be Alistar, man. It has to be Alistar. Mess with the bull and you get the horns. That's right, chat. Oh, now you've lost your chickens, Velia. Unless he steals from Lurox, you can't walk up. Like, Baus can never walk up to help here. Because Akali's pushing. This is not good. This is not good, man. And two, it makes it much harder. It makes it much harder to get to your first item breakpoint, which is your spike, your first spike, because you can't step up to take the CS. So that kill that ka-chinged 400 gold, we really, really, truly need the early game assistance here. We really need the early game assistance. Like, these guys, like, mega scale, bro. They've got Sion Smolder. How the fuck do you kill Sion, man, with Syndra Lee Sin? Oh. Can I get all 7s in the chat preemptively? Yep. Oh my god, that's another kill to Akali.
Hi, doggy.
Okay, Wukong's there, Wukong's there, Wukong's there. Can we kill? Can we kill? Big. Huge. Does he have ult? He doesn't have ult, he doesn't have ult.
It's a bit Safari-like, LR. Don't go look at the wildlife, get involved with it. Refresh the stream where you return on the screen. Let's go going. Sorry, Shima. It took, as I said, there were some issues with OBS. Threw us for a bit of a loop, unfortunately. But yeah, we are here, we are here, we are here. Does a little bit delayed. We missed draft, we missed the first couple minutes. I do apologize for that. Chunk onto Janax, didn't lead all that much. Good to see you online. Yeah, sorry I wasn't around yesterday. I had other obligations yesterday, which just got in the way a little bit. My streak rip! Sorry about that. When did I go live when you weren't here, Solly? You're here pretty much every time. Okay, good chunk. Ooh, flash away. Good turn on for value with the Cyclone. Ah, it's going to be a dead Reckless, I think. Yep, TP behind, but that means Nemesis has TP'd into Vito and missed his Sonic Wave. Oh, not Sonic Wave, his Shuriken, rather. I think that's a dead Vito, isn't it? Where's the Unleashed Power? Just about survived. Heal required from Decap to make it happen. And they get to turn it around instead. Oh, boy, Lost Returns getting run over here. Nemesis does at least scatter one back so Crowny can pick one up. I think he still gets traded here. So it'll end up being a 3-for-1. 3-for-4. Sorry, not 3-for-1. 4-for-1. I apologize. Because they lost Reckless before that as well. That's rough. I wish it wouldn't do that, you know. Actually, if you stream for 2 minutes and the stream crashes, it breaks people's streaks. Feels a bit rough. Oh, nice kill onto Yoppa, who was not expecting the Syndra. Lurox turns around pretty well, but Velia gets out. In comes the Scion. Might get a bit of a stun here, but Reckless and Baus are still pretty tanky here. And yeah, you can just feast the Akali. Much better objective 5. That was very, very nice pick onto the AD carry. And now they've lost all their damage. Lurox has got no ult left, so he's a dead man. Crowny gets another. Much better from LR. Much better. They can probably run down the Scion here as well. Man, Halo Blades does silly work. Nemesis gets the kill. Knocked up by the Rupture into the Scout of the Week. He's just burning out, doesn't get to do any value. Probably get a little bit of the wave, but even then, not a lot of it. Can Nemesis look at the turret? They might be able to, you know. But I say, Velia can attack this a fair amount. I think that's gone. Okay. Nice. Yeah, you take that. Seeing a good LR fight is what I need right now. They're going to get 2 turrets off that. That's a massive swing. I really do. Atakhan a consideration. Sonic Wave landed. Does Velia want to follow? He does. It's a bit of a chunk. Oh my god, he's going to get executed. Kick in the wall. Sonic Wave. Nicely done. And VTO is dead. Now, without the mid laner, I think this should be a pretty easy run at this one. Out of the Week goes wide. Hook onto Cho'Gath. Rocket Belt out of it. This is still going down, and you've still got the Feast to work with. So I'm assuming between Feast and Smite, this is a dead thing. Yeah, do it in 2k. Don't mess it up. Thank you. Dunk onto Reckless, but he's fine. They can't get that much more value. VTO does have TP, so they probably have to give this tier 1 bot. But they want to reset for Dragon anyway, so this is fine. Very rarely. It does wave hello on occasion. The only thing about draft that surprised me is the Lee Sin pick. Yeah, but it's very good with Syndra. It's one of the old school options with Syndra. It's not quite as good as it used to be because Syndra spikes a lot later than she used to. Nice double stun. Reckless will be fine. He's still got the ult rolling. Lurox gets into the backside. Velia might now be in a little bit of danger. But no, Lurox doesn't really find what he's looking for. Reckless dies. And And there is the execute available for Smolder, who's about to run a Nemesis. Oh, dear. Hang on, Lost Returns. What happened there? The execute, okay. Gets one back. Velia into the backside. Oh, 2 for 2. Not bad. Velia doesn't have a way out here. Flashes out of the queue. Gets something to go back with as he gets depth charged. Will likely get executed, but that's going to leave Crowny with a silence on top of VTO to try and get the kills. Waiting for that angle to pick up VTO. There they are. Misses the Arc of Joe Ruin. And that means Baus should be able to pick this one up. Flash, silence, rupture. Okay. 3 for 3 in the end. Ooh, hang on, execute. Turret's down. I think VTO's dead. Nicely done, Velia. Can Velia find his way out? Lands the Q onto Yopper. Can probably just follow up. Gets interrupted by the Nautilus. Does it matter? Velia's got so much bloody healing. Oh, my days. Iron Will is silly when you get to auto a few times. There was a heal from Reckless in there, too. So that definitely helps. But oh, my days. Struggles to a lot of enchanters that are currently available. You're seeing a bit of Lulu. We are seeing a bit of Nami with some of the Lucian stuff. He isn't as good a tank as some of the other frontliners. And the safety is nice, but I don't think it has the lane presence to get as much value as you would like with other things. Because you used to get away with it with things like Varus. Maybe Jhin. Yeah, Eclipse, Sundered Sky, and Iron Will. I'm not sure about LR themselves. Yeah, I mean, they're doing the League of Their Own thing, which is a Red Bull thing. So tangentially sponsored by Red Bull, I think is the answer. TP's behind. Baus about to step on him. Yeah, there's the rupture. Oh, nicely timed into the Feral Scream. Into the feast. VTO was on vision while he was TPing, and Baus was there to absolutely blast him. 10 stacks on the Dark Seal. This is looking pretty doomed, I think, folks. You've got an Infinity Edge on a Smolder and a Dream, I think is probably the way this is. Hissing Cobra, Doom Countdown, Foamy. This is the last time I was on. Appreciate you all. Especially as Lost Returns are about to break into the base here. Feeling pretty good? Follow Sam for Global League of Legends. Exactly. We'll be doing some Worlds co-streaming on Nymeris soon. And they're looking pretty okay here. But we've seen a lot of good game ones that go apart. And I think it'll be an interesting one to track. I would give the edge to Vitality.Bee nonetheless, just off recent form, basically. They're looking at VTO. Oh, baby. I wanted to look up Lee Cine as well. I think it's Crescent Strike. But isn't that Diana Q? Lee Sin Wiki. It's just a very dead VTO. Yeah, I'm not a surprise. Safeguard Iron Will. Tempest! Tempest is what it is. Oh my days. Why have I got it down as... Okay, and Tempest is the AoE damage. Velia promoting Opera GX in his stream. Yeah, that's probably true. Again, those tend to be individual sponsors there. Bit of a knocker. Going onto the clone though. Inhibitor down. Nearly a 10,000 gold. Yeesh. Please listen. I've already told you 2 times. What's happened there? Okay. I think probably Vitality.Bee, but it's close. And this is a really good game for Lost Returns. Cho'Gath is doing an insane amount of work. That's a 16-stack Medjai's. Oh my days. Yopper's been positioning about 1 screen, 2 forwards all game long. Yeah, big time. He's been far too easy to catch out by the Lee Sin, Alistar, and the Syndra. Which is what the comp is designed to do. Big chunk. Yeah, that's the clone. Still got... Did they feast the clone? I mean, that's probably a very dead background. That's not bad. They do get the shot down. But it's still going to be the dead Lurox. Yopper can maybe get some executes. Velia needs to try and find a way out. Ward hop over. Oh, executed. That's not bad, actually. Yeah, a bit slow to ward hop over there from Velia, who had the flash, which is kind of crazy. Will it matter? Don't think it will. I think this Syndra and this Cho'Gath will blast the front line so hard that it won't matter. And I think Yopper's not going to be given that much free time to kill things. Yeah, they've blown up Velia. ETO again, rather. Sion's ulting away to go deal with Nemesis, who's shoving in the picture-in-picture. Oh, dear. Oh dear. Yoppa needs to get a lot of work done here. Another rupture. Buffered through by Decap. It won't matter. They're going to kill off Baus. No, we get so much healing! What the hell? Riftmaker is a silly. Yoppa's going to get kicked. Yeah. And dies. That's everyone dead. Nemesis got another inhibitor. Hey, no, good to see you. I was surprised when Syndra wasn't banned. They gave it up and tried to pick the Scion. You get one of these drafts as Vitality. And in fairness, now they don't have to deal with the Syndra or the Scion the rest of the series, and they got the bans free. Considering he has a whole 400 stacks, if he can hit a few times, he'll just kill them. Yeah, I mean, that's the idea, but he's not been given much chance. Because he doesn't have a cleanse really available to him. He went for the TP to stack faster. But it basically means any CC that lands, he dies. That's not bad from VTO to go golden, but I mean, it's a flare moment. Baus with this fountain suicide. My go. You hook a Rel, you hook a Gragas, it's a bad time. Rel's also a decent ball carrier. But at some point you had to make a decision. And my worry was that the decision was forced more by external pressure, EO, from fans, from everything going on, than it was from actual metrics. And the problem is it's probably broken trust a bit with both Guma and Smash. Alright, Dragon Star. This might be our first big scuffle of the game. Lost Ratones are on vision while they do this. They don't have an idea that the water's in the back of the pit. At least in terms of having seen it gone down. That will just go down. Fight afterwards a possibility. Reckless flashes on in. Nice chunk on a Decap, who will now likely die to the cease and desist. There it is. Runs out of his supercharger. Or his afterburn. I forget what the name of the ability to speed up on Blitzcrank is. Either way, over the wall goes Valiant. It's a 1-for-1 right now as Nemesis died. Big root onto Crowny, who's going to die. Blitz! Ooh! That's not bad from Baus, but can't finish up what he's looking for. He's going to end up dying here. Vault Breaker onto someone, gets it onto Lurox. Nice angle. Baus gets away for a second or two. Ooh, nearly got Yoppa, who ran out of damage. They missed the overload. There's the Spell Flux. Another Vault Breaker available. Is there a flash? Can't find Vitality.Bee's bot lane. So that ends up being... what? 1 for 2 drafts. I think Doran's been a little bit volatile. Baus not building Roa. Yeah, no, he's getting a bit more damage. Ooh, that's not bad. VTO might end up dying for that. That's a really good combo onto the Rise. Crowny gets to flash away with the excitement. That was a good dark procession, but the turnaround's rough. Nemesis, how did you end up there? Ah, dear. Well, Yop is about to blow up Baus as well. That was almost great. And then, unfortunately, I think Nemesis got hit by a hook. There's no other way you could have got there, right? It all goes a bit wrong. This game kind of I don't know what you mean. It does feel a little bit cooked after those have been two quite poor team fights from what should have been good team fight angles. Most of the gold difference is top lane, which might make a bit different analytics. Oh, Beth, Sam's friend. No way you've gotten made an actual account. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Bethany has absolutely got him. There they are. Hang on, let's move over. Look at this. There. This is great. All right, we move back. But there's violence occurring. Let's go talk about this instead. Velia, that's not a bad escape, actually. Hang on. Can he run through VTO? He said he can. He just literally dropped it there. Oh, no way they got the turret off this as well. That is absolutely foul. Didn't want to dox myself. Very fair. Very fair. Thank you for the fresh account and saying hello. Lovely to see you though, Beth. Crowny gets blasted under the turret. So they got this really cool play topside and then die horribly mid lane. How did Crowny end up there alone? Oh, well, whatever. Dead. Picked up Herald through the gate. That's flipping ridiculous. What that is. Flipping ridiculous. Okay. Bounce a little bit beyond the turret here. Velia's here as well. I think they could look at this. Good chunk. Dark Procession buys some time, but they're still going to cease and desist. That's really good. And the shutdown. Not bad for Values 3 and 1. I think it's a rare enough occurrence that I'm kind of okay with that being a possibility without CC on it. Baus is not having a great amount of time. Yoppa has to go into the sky, so they've gotten the Featherstone behind his Lurox. Could look for some more. Crescent Guard value is good, but Crowny now kind of untouched. Still going to have Reckless go down. Doesn't really get that much value. In goes Velia, who I think is likely going to die. Reckless also already fallen. And that is probably Dragon and maybe actually also Atakhan. They're going to try and do both. That's really big for Vitality.Bee. And that, as they say, is the game. You got the original old school League of Legends box. Nice Frostwind. But yeah, that's Atakhan as well. That is probably a game-breaking advantage, I would assume. Not easy to come back from this point. How many petals did they get? Crowning and Nemesis positioning has been so off. I've not been that happy with it, I have to be said. So I think this has been more about play than draft, honestly. At least another turret down, so they're trading okay on that front. You take what you can. Okay, looking at potential value. It gets jumped on. Gets away briefly, but hit by the wind becomes lightning into the smite. Flash away now. Lurik's still got his own flash, but that means Nemesis is left alone as they realm up on top of him. Yeah, the picks will continue until morale improves. Dragon flip or bust. Not a bad idea with the rocket, but no steal this time around. Hook. Oh, Nemesis. Yep. Where is Valier trying to find his way in? Decap's around. Yeah, he knows he's there. He's about to get hooked and he knows it. Reckless now body blocking. Can he flash in? He probably can. Cease and desist. It's going to be a flip. He stole it. It went down to 1 HP. Oh, very nice. Baus now potentially in danger. Crowny flashed away. Will likely die. Okay, they're going to try and punish as many people as they can. Does Baus get out? No, he doesn't. He's going to get run out. Baus TP'd in. Oh, no. All the Barons are going. Yeah, and Yorick gets to do Yorick things. Cask away. VTO's behind. Maiden in the Mist is still hitting. Yeah, he's dead. E4th. But it's cheaper as well. And when you're behind the game, 2,400 gold, at least this way you're at 3 items in parity. That's potentially decent. Can they pick it up? I think they can. He failed the flash. Nice. Oh, he didn't have the flash. I heard a flash noise and it wasn't that. 15.1. Well, I did this Lee Sin, cool Lee Sin clear. That's really fun. This is how you do it. Baus is about to get blasted. Does get a blast cone out. That's not bad. They can look to try and nab that. Won't. That's a nab of the objective bounty. Room prison on Veli is not going to have a great amount of time. They can potentially look to turn this around, though. Can look for the reset. Decap's dead. That gets Jinx excited. Jinx with all the AoE. Jinx with all the AoE. That's really good. Veli gets a decent amount of healing. They will get Yopper into the sky, but he might get a feather pull here. That's pretty good. Crowny misses the rocket, but it won't matter. That is a huge fight. Huge fight. Gets everyone away. Actually gets a good blast gun. Forces Yopper into a really awkward angle. He tries to get involved, realizes he can't go that way, and so Yopper is just completely out of position. Juntals, i.e. Lord Doms, that order. Baus probably dies here, goes golden, but they got the Baron. Fine, Baus can die, he doesn't care. He's done his job. Games. They're very, very, very hard to actually keep down. Rocket, that'll be a dead decap. That gets Jinx excited, means you can rejoin Lurix. He's got the Crescent Guard rolling, but it's not that fantastic. Watch Gen X for a potential angle. Good. Shockwave for a second, but that's going to be the Rise coming on in. Good stun onto VTO, means he doesn't actually get that much value. Crowny's still firing. Blast Cone doesn't keep him alive. Yopper's going to potentially die. Flash from Crowny, gets some more rockets. Fell in the backside with a Vault Breaker. Should still win this. Lots and lots of damage. Another Vault Breaker in. Denting blows. And Blast Shield. And some Unrelenting Force. Baus bought Zhonya's. He bought the self-stun. Okay. There you go. Good turnaround. Yeah. But Jinx, Gen X is dead. There's the auto. Got a little bit cancelled by the Dark Procession. He's not going to get through the Hex Gates. He's a dead man. Nice. And that delays him dead for another minute. Got GA now as well. Med dies for Nemesis. Life's okay. I tend to agree, but 10k gold is usually a steep hill you're never going to climb. It's true. It's true. I don't think it changes much, really. There's a lot of structure still to pick up for LR. There's still another tier 2. They can turn back towards this Hex Dragon, which would deny Soul and put themselves on Soul Point. Especially without that vision control. VTO's TP'd in. This Dragon's gone. They're not getting over here in time. It's gone. They're going to try and jump. Decap didn't find the rocket punch. Can maybe get something here. Gets hooked, but there's still a decent explosive cask. Lurox is got the Crescent Guard, but has to flash away. They might try Baus, but he's actually really tanky with his passive at this point. Hits the Maiden of the Mist, so she will probably die. That's huge. Oh, Shockwave on 2 after. Really, really slick turnaround this game from Last Ratones. That one Dragon fight where Yopper ended up on the wrong side of the pit and didn't get to auto is literally cost them the game. and a bad Baron discipline where they didn't smite properly, didn't keep value out of the pit. Those two moments have genuinely allowed Lost Returns to come back 6,000 gold, which is unbelievable. Vioppa goes into the sky where Mata cast forces the flash. Faust might die here. That's a GA Brock, but it won't actually change all that much. They're going to go for the Nexus. And game's over. Lost Returns are 2-0 up after that mid-game. And it is also, as we said, very, very binary. Either you hit the damn thing and you're in forever, or you don't hit it and you kind of awkwardly start waddling away, having a bad time. Meanwhile, into Ziggs ult, into Ambassador ult. If you catch multiple people within that, all well and good, but realistically, you're trying to hit the Sivir, or the Zed, or the Aurora. Someone important is blasting them with the gun. Just looking at his Gen X. The rest just don't know how to play Team Fast Religion. I think Gen X has actually played a pretty good series. I agree. And for all they scale very, very, very well, there is a world where late game you get hit by one bit of CC and a person gets blasted by an incidental ultimate, and then you're playing a 5v4 with a man down, which gets tricky. I don't think it's quite as simple as that. For all that, obviously, the scaling of a quad carry comp is pretty scary. 1-for-1 in grubs. I think they're going to have to give up the second one here. It's a potentially nasty angle. Quickness in the backside. Decap doesn't have ult yet. Velya gets bounced around and dies. There's a death mark off. We should get some value here, but died mid-ult. So that's not great. LR. Where is Baus? Not quite here yet. And they're walking across 30 tons of vision anyway. No, he didn't. Okay, just got away with it. That's not bad. Where did he go? Is he TP back? No, okay, he's just joined over here. I was looking at the minimap. And they'll send Nemesis up to deal with topside. That's fine. Yep. Got to keep the main going. That's it. Oh. Oh, they did kill the turret. Okay, couldn't quite clear it in time. Fine. They get first turret. It's not getting that slow from the auto. Getting the value off the blink dash as well to set it up is really, really good. So I think I can see the angle for it. Okay. Gank bot side. Janax is in a lot of danger. Public execution. Death mark. Janax, I think, is just dead. Yeah, nice. Triple shuriken. Very nice, Velya. For turret here anyway. So, kill plus turret for Herald. I think that's worth for Lost Returns, personally. But Serbia, I think you're probably being a little bit... I think you just misunderstand what they are as a team, Lost Returns. Nemesis, trying to get between worlds, can't. That's unfortunate for him. Why was he there by himself? They weren't contesting Herald. Flash away from Nemesis. Bloody hell. Would you say Baus is somewhat selfish playstyle is the reason Allies had such a hard time early game, or am I just dead wrong? It's part of it. Part of it. They're giving up a dragon here, so that's feats over to Vitality.Bee. Okay, they're giving it up. So the answer is in part yes. Dying still leads to him going up in XP and or gold, and he buys a lot of attention to allow the other side of the map to have things happen. That's just not been happening as consistently recently, so it's just looking slightly worse. And jumping on a Baus, as we're speaking about, he's gone very deep there by himself. That's not bad back, actually. Value should get one. Will do. Death mark. Passive. Between worlds. Decent shield, not enough. Lost the Veil from Nemesis. Ease away. Mega Inferno Bomb. Nemesis. Ooh, nearly got saved by Reckless. Not quite. Yeah, that's the CC chain issues we were talking about. 2 for 1. I was a little bit surprised Velya couldn't just get the one shot there onto the Ambassador. Yeah, I don't think they were expecting quite as many people from Vitality.Bee there. Have I got a cut on my forehead or something? I don't know what this is. We'll get some health back from the camps. That's good from Gen X to prevent the Scuttle Crab going over. Reckless hops away. Decup could potentially join a bit further forward. Won't. A little bit tricky now for Lost Ratones. Jumping on his head. Oh, good death mark to avoid the ult. Hops away. Okay, so burns his ult. Burns 2 ults, actually, because it's Lurox's as well. And he does lose the red buff. Yeah, like, they are really low on ults now. I think they've got to be very careful with this. Gonna reset to have... Deep Strike away. Here comes the TP. Redemption. Heals people back up. Nemesis goes across the Veil. Public Execution lands. That looked like it wasn't going to land on then. Quickness comes on down. Not the best, but it's still going down. It's going to be an Atakhan flip. Velya's won a lot of these early. Decap taken very low. They just had their resist shredded. You've got to be very aware of Velu's ability to pop someone at the minute with their resist being traded between worlds. Oh, this is going to stick flip, and it's taken by Velu with the auto and the smite. Oh, hang on, they got the death mark down, should pop VTO and does. Blast cones out, can potentially even pick up Decap on the way with a good set of shurikens. We'll see. He's out. 1 for 1 and the Atakhan. Deathmark gets one on the way out. Velia, excellent work. Now 3 and 1. Yopper's low. Had to flash. Crowny gets him with the ricochet. They do blow up Velia, which prevents Soul Point potentially, but they are now losing Lurox. Potentially has to flash over the wall. Boomerang Blade just wide. LR hate watchers, do not worry. I've tuned in now, which means LR's getting reverse swept. The universe revolves around me, says Eltacore. That's a strong statement. Oh, hang on. Bounce, Decap. Gonna try and jump on top of him. Can't quite kill him. Quickness comes on down. Decap. Disappeared. Nice angle. Bounce needs to hop away and does. Good redemption heal. Now full V5 without your big engage tool. And potentially smite fight it regardless. 3000 HP. Bounce going low. Wanting to hop over the wall. Smite fight taken by Velia. Again, he's not lost. Public execution. Probably means you lose Nemesis. Crowny's now low. That's a bit rough. Baron's up reminder. CC to go through Vigilance passives for. And it did mean that the Aurora's not the most fun. Baus, though, all the while gets a tier 2. Nash's Tooth angle. Look, you hit this point on AP Jax, where with Nash's Tooth in particular, you just do so much damage to towers. And that's what they're doing. Velia was kind of baiting them, saying, haha, I'm going to do this, and he can get over there and smite this. They don't know it's happening until just now. Oh, God. Hang on. Because Velia wasn't in there, they could potentially look to Mega Inferno bomb it! It's fine. It's fine. Not stolen. Give you a hug. No. That's gonna get another tier 2 with the Baron as well. He's so annoying this game. He's actually doing fine. How does this AP Jax work, by the way? Basically, with Phase Rush, you basically leap strike, counter strike, and run away with the Phase Rush. Decap's dead. We're gonna have to talk about this afterwards. Public execution goes wide, so Gen X doesn't get that much value. Gonna try and jump on a Nemesis, but between worlds, so Gen X doesn't finish restarted. Velia is really deep, but flashed over the wall. Does actually die, but Gen X will trade it. All the while, Jax is finishing it! It's 4v5 and Baus is in the base! Oh my god. Your consistent DPS kind of sucks, AP Jax, but your burst is ridiculous, basically. And you have a lot of mobility because you build a lot of ability haste. Did he get Mikhail's on the way? Oh, very nice. He did. Oh, yeah, Edge of Night. Edge of Night was what did it. Sorry. You do scale quite well in the sense you can do a lot of damage still. But you're very reliant on cycling through a lot of your autos. And that involves getting quite close to enemy AD champions, and that can be really dangerous. Nemesis is going to potentially die. Got a lot of damage. Good quickness, Baus. Hasn't got all that much value yet. Vito, good culling. Value goes and falls and fails! Value failed to get the execute with the Cyclosaur, but it doesn't matter. They killed everyone else because Baus is a bit silly alongside Crowny. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. DP out from VTO. Trying to save the turrets and the waves. It won't matter. I think that's game. I think LR just 3-0'd them. I think they did. He goes, Jax put backdoor in the base to his wife. Man. Oh, like that, see? Yeah. Counter-strike, auto a couple times, people are dead. And that's it! Oh my days, LR. From nearly falling out in Swiss to 3-0ing the 4-0 squad out of Swiss stage.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.